everybody, welcome to today's video. In this video, we are going to talk about the differences between product management and management consulting. We are going to talk through four elements. Number one, the nature of the work. Number two, what are the kind of candidates that get into these job roles. Number three, lifestyle. And finally, we'll end with salaries. Also, towards the end, I will mention my own verdict around, hey, which particular job profile is better for which kind of a candidate. So let's get started without any further delay with the first one, that is nature of work. And we'll get started with the product management side. Imagine you logging on to Amazon website and looking to buy a refrigerator, right? This is a great India season sale that's going on. So I'm sure a lot of us are going on to Amazon, Flipkart, or any of these websites, right? If you go to the Amazon website and see, hey, this is the refrigerator that you want to purchase. You might be looking at the payment options. You might be looking at what are the other refrigerators that are available at similar price points. And finally, you are also looking at what are the customer reviews around these products, right? Please listen carefully. When hundreds of product managers are working on Amazon website, single Amazon website, what it means is each product manager is working on a different feature. These are literally feature managers, right? One of them is working on payments. The other one is working on customer reviews. And one of them is working on comparisons with different products, right? So these are the roles of product managers. In a big company like Facebook, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, right? All the product managers are managing are these different features. They own the feature and want to make it successful, whatever the definition is in the business terms, right? Now, so what does a product manager actually do, right? If you take, for example, a product manager who is managing the payment options for Amazon, right? He or she should be looking at, hey, what are the current payment options that are available in the market? Are there any new and upcoming payment options? Do a lot of market research. Are the customers asking to include any other kind of payment option, right? Customer surveys, market research, all of these things under one work bucket. The other one is around, hey, working with the technology team to implement these new payment options into the website. The third one is working with the legal team to mention, hey, what are the disclaimers? Can they actually introduce this payment option to these customers? Finally, they are working with the marketing and sales team to roll out these into the market and promote these payment options, right? So they are working with different stakeholders at any given point in time, right? That is the nature of the job role itself for any product manager, working with different stakeholders. Even though they are not managing the tech team directly, even though they are not managing the legal team directly, they still have to work with all of them to ensure that that feature or product, so to say, is successful. Now, what does a management consultant do? A management consultant, if they are being engaged by Amazon, they are helping Amazon to probably make more sales, right? They are working with the CEO. They are not working with the day-to-day operations folks like sales and marketing, legal teams, technology teams. They are working with the CEO, the C-level executives, even the sales head, marketing head, to make sure that the business strategy is set in stone so that the entire organization can take it forward. That's the primary difference. A product manager is working neck deep into the day-to-day operations with multiple folks, whereas a management consultant is working with the C-level executives on a daily basis. That's the primary difference in the nature of the work between these two folks. Now, moving in, what are the kind of candidates that get into either a PM or a management consultant role? There are few fundamental similarities between the skill sets that are desired in both these roles. Number one, both these roles should have pretty good comfort with analyzing data and identifying patterns. Whether you are doing customer research or whether you are working on client data, you need to be comfortable working with data. That's a primary requirement for either of these job roles. Number two, you are working with a lot of clients, stakeholders, different people in the organization. So communication is your bread and butter. Finally, all these guys do is solve problems, right? A tech guy comes to a product manager and says, hey, this particular feature we might not be able to implement in the next cycle. So what should we do? The product manager is deciding, should they basically hold on the launch or should they continue the launch without this feature? Similarly, a management consultant is assisting the CEO with respect to taking a decision. So both these job profiles require problem-solving skill sets, right? So the three skills that are super important. Number one, your ability to work with data. Number 2, your communication. And number 3, your problem solving skills. Then if we go into the product management and the kind of candidates that get into product management, right? You have to be passionate about tech. There is no other way, right? You are working with the tech products day in and day out. So you need to have some kind of inclination towards that technology. And where can that come from? That can come from by working in an associate product manager role at a startup, or having a computer science degree and working in the software development space for a few years, whatever it might be, right? You need to show that inclination towards product. And one more interesting skill that gets you into the product manager role is around data analytics, because you are working with data quite heavily, right? These 3 profiles are the types of candidates who get into product management. And for management consulting, you are looking at undergrad, MBA, graduates from top colleges. Of course, these guys go into product management as well. And the other set of folks who come in from management consulting are the guys who have industry experience, right? If you are a digital marketing sales professional, if you are an operations professional, right, go check what is the kind of work that management consulting firms are doing. McKinsey, BCG, Bain, what is the kind of work that they are doing in your field? Go check out that particular industry or function page, right, and see what are the insights, what are the articles that these guys are writing. And if that work is matching with the work that you are doing, you are absolutely in a great position to apply for the management consulting firms, right? Industry experience or a top tier MBA or a top tier undergrad degree is your roadmap into the management consulting space. Now, to take a step back and get into the third part, which is around lifestyles, right? 2 components to lifestyles. Number 1, the number of working hours, and number 2, the travel involved, right? If I look at the product management side, product managers typically work around 50 hours a week, right? But management consultants work for 60 to 70 hours a week. Now, on a grand scheme of things, 10 hours might look smaller per a weekly basis, but it is translating into 2 additional hours of work every day, which might eat into your dinner time, which might eat into your family time, your gym time, so on. So the long-term effects are pretty visible to see, right? So it's not very easy to cope up with that additional 10-20 hours of work on a weekly basis. If you also talk about the travel, product managers need not travel much, but management consultants again travel on a weekly basis. Every Monday morning they are at the client side, and every Friday evening or Thursday evening they are back to their home, right? So there's a lot of travel involved. You look at it positively or negatively, but still there's a lot of time that you are spending out of your home, right? So now, is it sustainable to do management consulting? Is it sustainable to do product management? You share your answers in the comments box. I would love to read them. But this is around the lifestyle and the number of hours. Now, moving into the salaries. This is where it gets very interesting. For an undergrad student or somebody with 1 to 2 years of experience, a product management job would give anywhere between, let's say, 10 to 15 lakhs of salary, right? The 3 good companies with excellent training programs for associate product manager roles are Google, Microsoft, and Flipkart, right? Look for junior product manager roles in these companies. Now, on the same level, for an analyst role from an undergrad college or 1 to 2 years experience at McKinsey, BCG, Bain, these firms pay around 15 to 16 lakhs. So slight edge for management consulting. And if you look at the post-MBA roles, the salaries are almost the same, with a median of around 30 lakhs in the product management space and 30 lakhs in the consulting space. So this is pretty straightforward. But what becomes more interesting is that the bonus aspect. In the product management space, you get stocks. You get the stocks of the company that you are working for, and those stocks would be really valuable for you 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, if these companies tend to grow. On the other hand, working for management consulting firms, you don't get these kind of stock options, but still you will get good annual bonuses, which might sometimes be almost equal to your base salary itself, right? This is how the salary scenario also stakes up. End of the day, both these things are pretty lucrative career paths. Now, if you ask me which one of these career paths is good, I would strongly say that if you are really passionate about tech, if you are really want to getting into working on a particular product, making the product successful, then absolutely by all means go and do product management. On the other end, if you do not have clarity about where you want to go, what you want to do in life, or if you just want to explore a broad set of industries at the start of your career, then choose management consulting. But either ways, deciding on one of these paths very early in your career will give you a good advantage. Hope this is helpful, guys. Please do let me know if you want me to make more such videos. We'll be happy to do so. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care.